All right, partners, we got this little video that we about to watch. This shit says 50 G. Well, I think it's 50 facts about South Carolina that we don't know about. So I may not know about them. You may not know about them. Let's find out about it together. Yeah, that's what we on, man. So we gonna see what it is to it. You feel me?
Did you know that South Carolina is home to the world's rarest plant?
Rarest
Or that the
plants.
state sits right in the path of nature's most powerful conveyor belt?
I didn't
How
know
about the
that.
fact that South Carolina became the unlikely site of America's most terrifying military accident? Well, these are
I knew
all
that.
true, and there's plenty more wild facts about South Carolina that you probably
50 wild facts about South Carolina you never knew. So we gonna see what we know and what we don't know. Y'all keep
never
us down.
knew. So buckle up because we're about to take
And
you
tell me
through
what y'all know
50 of
about,
them.
because hey,
Fact 50. Ancient wind-written bays. Did you know that thousands of strange oval-shaped dents are scattered all over South Carolina?
damn. I wonder.
And no one knows exactly how they got there. These shallow depressions, found across the Atlantic coastal plain, have confused scientists for years. Some people blame UFOs or a giant meteor,
Carolina
but the
Bay.
most likely explanation is that wind and water shaped them during the Ice Age between 15,000 and 100,000 years ago. What really adds to the mystery is that they all seem to line up in the same northwest to southeast direction. Even
I had a question I was gonna throw out there, but my mind just answered it too. But then that shit's still fake at the end of the day. So we're gonna jump straight back to the video.
today, experts are still debating where they came from. Fact 49. Atomic bomb misdrop.
Yup.
On March 11th, 1958, South Carolina became the site of one of the strangest and scariest military accidents in U.S.
And they
history.
lied about
A
it.
U.S. Air Force crew accidentally dropped a 7,600-pound nuclear bomb on the small community of Mars Bluff.
Right here.
Luckily, the
From where I be at. Let's see something real tweet. Come on now. If I am out and I would have shot, bro, man, Fed just did a sweet with no dustpan. Says Mars Bluff. Mars Bluff, South Carolina. Boom. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you located? Mars Bluff is a unincorporated community in Florence, Carolina, or in Florence County, South Carolina. United States bears the description of having been inactivated bomb nuclear weapon of the United States Air Force. Okay, yeah, I do know that. That's what they're telling us about. So, where is this located on the map? Mars Bluff grocery store. I'm trying to find like the middle. So it's all of this Mars Bluff. Okay, this is Mars Bluff. Let's stay. It says Florence. That's not far from where I'm at. Not very far. That nuke would have fucked us up. I wasn't here yet, but hey, if it would have went off, I wouldn't have been able to live here either. All my people, Western Salem, all that shit would have been gone. All that shit would have been gone. Them motherfuckers tried to take us out, boy. Them motherfuckers tried to take us out. Back to the video. This is just fact number 2, and we finding out some crazy shit if you ain't never knew about it.
bomb wasn't armed with its nuclear core, but the regular explosives still went off, leaving a massive crater 75 feet wide and 30 feet deep,
Damn.
and destroying a local family's home.
Wait. So it dropped. It wasn't active, so it didn't go off nuclearly, but it still went off on the inside?
Small community of Mars Bluff. Luckily, the bomb wasn't armed with its nuclear core, but the regular explosives still went off, leaving a massive crater 75 feet wide and 30 feet deep, and destroying a local family's home. Amazingly, no lives were lost. Locals later joked it just made a big hole, but the dent is still there today, a tree-covered crater on private land.
Oh, that's honestly, well, it's water there. I was about to say, that's honestly not that deep. But it's crazy because I have one of those right feet from my house. Something that looks just like that. No cap. That's interesting. And the fact that they say nobody lost their lives now, I'm pretty sure you lying like hell. Said it destroyed the house. Pretty sure somebody or something was in that goddamn house.
A reminder that this peaceful patch was almost a disaster zone. Fact 48. Almost all the bays are gone. Once, there were around 200,000 Carolina bays spread across South Carolina and nearby states.
Okay.
But today, nearly 97% of them are gone, drained,
Filled,
filled in,
white.
or wiped out by development. These
Motherfuckers.
mysterious oval-shaped wetlands, often called dune ponds, were once a unique part of the region's natural environment.
Exactly.
Now, most have been lost to farmland, neighborhoods, and city growth. It's a major loss of both rare ecosystems and the natural history they represented, with only a small number still remaining. Fact.
And motherfuckers keep wanting to build and cut down shit. Motherfuckers came and cut down the shit on the back of my house. That shit was a dune pond. No, it wasn't. It was still, nigga. Let shit grow. Let Earth be Earth, nigga. Stop cutting shit. Stop developing all this shit. Ain't no need. We don't really need it no how, nigga. We got enough. Rebuild the shit that's already here. Fuck, nigga. Damn.
47. Carnivorous plants of the South. South Carolina's wetlands aren't just full of peaceful plants.
Them niggas right there, my worst enemy outside, boy. I'm talking about I be wanting to chop all them shits up, boy. You know what that is? You be in the woods. If you grew up outside, you know what that is. You know what that is, nigga.
Hunting grounds. This is one of the only places on Earth where over 24 species of carnivorous plants thrive, turning swamps into insect death traps. These wild plants have evolved to catch and eat bugs simply because water and sunlight just weren't enough. You'll find pitcher plants that lure insects into
so they
deep,
developed
slippery
into doing that. They were never meant to do that. That's interesting.
Insect death traps. These wild plants have evolved to catch and eat bugs simply because water and sunlight just weren't enough. You'll find pitcher plants that...
So technically, carnivorous plants are the only plants that actually eat insects or actually eat living things, because all other plants just need sunlight and water or whatever food they make. That's interesting.
Lure insects into deep, slippery pits, Venus flytraps that snap shut in a blink, sticky sundews that trap anything that lands, and even underwater bladderworts that suck prey in like tiny vacuums. The Carolinas are home to more than half of America's carnivorous plant species, making this region a true hotspot for some of nature's most unexpected predators. Fact 46. Longest blackwater river. The Edisto River starts in South Carolina.
What? This nigga say Edisto? Nigga, what you said? The who river?
The Carolinas are home to more than half of America's carnivorous plant species, making this region a true hotspot for some of nature's most unexpected predators. Fact 46. Longest blackwater river. The Edisto River starts in South Carolina's Piedmont and flows about 250 miles all the way to the Atlantic. It's the longest free-flowing blackwater river in North America, and the only major river system in the state that stays entirely within South Carolina. As it moves through quiet cypress swamps and pine-filled wetlands, its dark, tea-colored waters slowly shape the land, forming twisting bayous and hidden lakes. The Edisto's calm, steady flow offers a rare...
I know I don't be swimming in these lakes and rivers, but if y'all go swimming in these lakes and rivers, let me know where you at, man, because y'all see this shit said it run from the Piedmont to the Atlantic. You feel me? So a couple different other people see these waters. I know I see these shits in the Bird. I see these shits in traveling in the Waterboro. I see these shits in different places. So hey, Blackwater River flowing through the Carolinas.
Look at one of the state's most untouched and naturally rich river systems. Fact 45. Underwater coral canyons. In 2018, scientists found something straight out of science fiction. Huge, white reef structures deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean off South Carolina's coast. Over 200 feet below the surface, in total darkness, a little-known coral called Lophelia has been building massive deep-sea reefs. Some of these rise over 300 feet tall, about the height of the Statue of Liberty, and stretch for 85 miles along the ocean floor. It's one of the largest deep-water reef systems ever found, and almost no one knew it was there. Imagine a hidden city deep beneath the ocean.
Wait. I know they adapt to it in different things, but if it gets darker, the deeper you go in the ocean, do you think fish and shit can see? How far you think fish can see? Because you know we got headlights for when it get dark. Just imagine if you was driving on the road with no street lights, right? No lights at all. You just got your headlights. Those are your eyes in the car. A fish lives in the water. The deeper you go, the darker it get. How far you think they can see? Because it's still dark down here in this video. That made me think, like, I can see how a fish get caught slipping. You feel me? I'm just swimming. I'm Dory, nigga. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. And the shark come out of nowhere because I can't see this motherfucker. God damn. That's something to think about, boy.
Towering white coral formations covered in barnacles and home to creatures that live in total darkness. These aren't the warm water corals you'd see in the tropics. Lophelia corals grow in cold, deep waters off South Carolina's coast, building huge underwater mounds on the Blake Plateau. It wasn't until 2018 that scientists fully mapped this massive reef system, revealing a strange alien-like world just off
the coast of South Carolina. Now, what's alien-like about it that y'all not telling us? And then y'all mapped that out, supposedly. Still, most shit y'all ain't found out. Interesting.
Shore. It turns out South Carolina isn't just beaches and marshes. There's an entire deep sea ecosystem hiding below the surface that most people have never heard of. Fact 44. Congaree's 17-story pine. One of the most incredible sights in South Carolina is a massive loblolly pine that stands over 167 feet tall, about as high as a 17-story building in Congaree
National Park. Where is that? Let's do some research. Congaree. I heard about the Congaree River. So where's the national park? Let's see. Congaree. Congaree. How you spell that? All right. G-A-R. Congaree National Park, South Kakalaki. Oh, that's in Richland. That's in Richland. Okay. Talking about upstate, other side of Columbia.
It's the tallest known tree of its kind in the eastern U.S., and just one of 25 record-breaking trees in the park. Thanks to giants like this, Congaree is often called the Redwoods of the East. It's a place where you can walk through a forest of towering trees that have been growing for centuries. A reminder of what
I ain't doing that part. Won't catch me like that in no goddamn kayak. I don't know what in that water, boy. So on a boat, that's a different story. I know I ain't in no kayak, but hell nah. Y'all don't know what in that water. Y'all want me in the water? Y'all trip. Like big shoes, boy.
of the Southeast once
look at this nigga, he just out there chilling. I can't do that.
This Congaree is often called the Redwoods
I'm with the nature and all this shit.
I'm part of the land. A forest of towering trees that have been growing for centuries. Cool. A reminder of what
look at that nigga. That nigga sitting there and cross his arms. Don't know it's a gate on the other side of that tree, boy.
Once looked like. Fact 43. Eastern Old Growth Jewel. Congaree National Park isn't just home to tall trees. It also protects the largest remaining stretch of untouched bottomland hardwood forest in the entire U.S., covering about 11,000 acres. This thick, swampy forest is filled with towering bald cypress, tupelo, oaks, and again, loblolly pines. Some areas have never been logged, while others haven't been disturbed since at least 1914. That makes Congaree one of the last.
Day year 1914. Let's see what's going on in 1914. What was going on in 1914? I feel like it's some type of significance to that. What happened in 1914? In 1914, I was about to put 42. In South Carolina. I don't want no y'all nigga. In 1914, South Carolina experienced an increased systematic activity in the Charleston area, with 6 earthquakes recorded, and the battleship USS South Carolina was involved in a U.S. naval operation in the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico, including landing Marines in Haiti, participating in the Veracruz operation. Additionally, South Carolina saw the establishment of 3 military training camps: Camp Jackson, Camp Xavier, and Camp Wadsworth, as the U.S. prepared for potential involvement in World War I. So since then, these trees have been there and untouched. Let's keep it that way.
Truly wild floodplain forests east of the Mississippi, a rare place where nature has been left to grow and thrive just as it did centuries ago. Fact 42. Glowing firefly displays. One of the most unusual natural events.
Got fireflies or lightning bugs. Only reason I call them fireflies because they said fireflies. I usually call them lightning bugs. No cap. What y'all call them? I call them lightning bugs. But I thought everywhere had these shits.
In the U.S. takes place every spring in Congaree National Park. Fireflies
Kangaroo.
that blink in perfect sync. For about 2 weeks between mid-May and mid-June, tens of thousands of Photurus frontalis fireflies
Good.
flash together at the exact same time. It's not random. Each blink is perfectly timed, lighting up the dark forest in a pulsing rhythm. This rare event only happens in a few places on Earth, and Congaree is one of
That's
them,
nature.
attracting people from all over to witness the glowing
And niggas
floodplain
be out
in
there swatting
person.
and shit.
Fact 41. Million-year-old swamp.
Million.
Inside the Francis Beadler Forest, Four Hole Swamp holds the title for the largest untouched cypress tupelo swamp left on the planet. Some of the bald cypress trees here are over 1,000 years old, meaning they started growing before the time of Charlemagne. This forest is a living time capsule, protected to preserve its wild, untouched state.
Exactly.
Walking through it feels like stepping into the past, with ancient trees and still waters that have...
Say it now. We gotta go. What they said? Four Hole Swamp. Where's that? Where's Four Hole Swamp? I ain't gonna lie. I'm rethinking that already, nigga. I said a swamp. You crazy? Where's Four Hole Swamp? Four Hole Swamp. Nigga got four. Where are you, nigga? Where are you, my guy? Wait. Calhoun County? Shit, that ain't far. No cap, that ain't far. Four Hole Swamp is a small black water river that is a tributary to Edisto River. That's a river. Tributary to Edisto River in South Carolina. The swamp rises in Calhoun County and flows 62 miles to the confluence. Calhoun, that's down. What it is? That's St. Matthew. So yeah, that ain't far from me. That ain't far at all. Not too far at least.
barely changed in centuries. Fact 40. Cypress knees are skyscrapers. In the swamps of Congaree, the bald cypress trees grow unusual wooden structures called knees that rise straight out of the ground, and some of them reach up to 7.5 feet tall. These knobby roots look like wooden towers poking through the swamp, giving the forest floor an almost otherworldly appearance. While you might see smaller versions in other swamps, Congarees are on a whole different level, standing tall like nature's own strange sculptures shaped by time and water. Fact 39. South Carolina's Sinkhole Wonderland. Beneath Santee State Park lies one of South Carolina's...
Whoa, he said beneath. Hold on, nigga. Hold on, nigga. I done been to that state park. Hold on, my
versions
guy.
in other swamps.
You're throwing that out there like it's some casual. Whoa, you said sinkholes,
like
nigga.
nature's own strange sculptures shaped by time and water. Fact 39. South Carolina's Sinkhole Wonderland. Beneath Santee State Park lies one of South Carolina's wildest underground areas.
Yeah.
Over thousands of years, groundwater slowly wore away the limestone bedrock, creating a maze of tunnels, sinkholes, and hidden passageways. In some spots, the ground has collapsed, opening deep pits as much as 30 feet down. In others, narrow shafts called chimneys.
That's low-key scary. That's low-key scary. And my grandparents, like my great grandma, used to talk about sinkholes and shit. Yeah. My great grandma used to talk about how sinkholes used to be around here and different things. So hey man. Hey man.
Reveal underground rivers quietly flowing below the surface. It's a reminder that the ground beneath your feet is far from solid, and that South Carolina's underground world is just as impressive as what's above. Fact 38. South Carolina's only cave complex. The Santee sinkholes are part of South Carolina's only real cave system, tucked away in a rare patch of limestone near Lake Marion. This karst area is so unique that park rangers call it a true geological gem. Visitors can peek into chimney holes and see water flowing under broken rock ceilings, right in the middle of a forest. As we said, these sinkholes and small caves were formed by water slowly dissolving the limestone underground. While they aren't giant caverns, they're still South Carolina's only natural cave network, giving us a rare look at what's going on beneath the surface. Fact 37. Fossils in the Muddy River. Divers in Charleston's Cooper River have found a bunch of Ice Age fossils hidden underwater, including giant shark teeth, mastodon bones, and mammoth tusks. These murky waters.
That's interesting. Because you know, I always believe in they could be anywhere, forget what they tell us. But that's an interesting find. A mammoth tusk. I said mammoth. A mammoth tusk in Charleston.
are filled with ancient remains, turning the riverbed into a kind of underwater museum. One of the most notable finds is a 30-inch mastodon tusk, now on display at a local museum.
Gotta go see that. But no cap, bro, my phone's dying, and we gonna jump into this and get some more. That's a couple facts about South Carolina you didn't know. Y'all want to see some more of these? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll do the rest of this video, drop some more shit. Y'all stay tuned for more of these videos and more shit, you feel me?